The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college, and so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better, I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Huntington Athletic Center as we bring you Wednesday night a Crossroads League doubleheader hoops here. First, on the women's side of things, it is the 13-4 Huntington Foresters traveling in to take on the number 6th ranked team in NAIA, the 16-1 St. Francis Cougars. Thank you so much for joining us here on the St. Francis Cougars Network. Hunter Solstheimer here calling your play-by-play. Let's go ahead and dive right in and take a deeper look here at these two squads. First, for the Huntington Foresters, as I mentioned, 13-4 on the season. They are 5-2 and Crossroads League play, sitting currently ranked 4th alone in the Crossroads League standings, receiving votes in the poll that came out today. They are coming off of back-to-back wins as they picked up a win against Goshen last Wednesday, 85-64, and then most recently on Saturday picked up a 3-point win against Taylor, 70-67. The Huntington Foresters currently sit 9-0 at home and 4-3 on the road, looking to get another win here on the road, just about 45 minutes away from Fort Wayne, Indiana, where Huntington University is located. They're under fourth-year head coach Anna Darby Maggart. Leading the way this year for the Huntington Foresters is number 24, Annika Nelson. She is a 6'1 junior forward out of Concordia Lutheran High School, averaging 13.5 points per game and 4.5 rebounds per game. Also fifth in the Crossroads League with 20 blocks on the season. Right behind her is number 44, Liv Raby, the 6'1 junior center out of Loveland, Ohio, averaging 11.7 points per game and 7.5 rebounds per game. If those two get a spark going, the Huntington Foresters are looking to come in and try to pull a spoiler alert and upset the 16-1 St. Francis Cougars, who currently sit at 6-1 in Crossroads League play. They're tied for first place in the Crossroads League standings with Marion and Spring Arbor University. In the poll that came out today, the Cougars jumped to one spot. They are currently now ranked number 6 in NAIA under head coach Jeremy Henny. They're coming off of back-to-back wins as well, 7 in a row that is, with wins on Wednesday against receiving votes Taylor 62-44, and then most recently picking up a win on a Saturday against the number 5 ranked team Marion, 56-46. Leading the way in this season here for this St. Francis Cougar squad is the sophomore out of Convoy, Ohio, number 5 in Callie Gregory, averaging 16 points per game on the season. Number 21, Renna Schwarterman out of Portland, Indiana, Jay County High School. She is a junior forward transfer out of Purdue Fort Wayne, averaging 14 points per game and 6 rebounds per game on the season for the Cougars. Should be an outstanding matchup here ahead of us between these two. Following this contest, we'll have the men's contest that will feature the 12-5 receiving votes Huntington Foresters taking on the 7-9 St. Francis Cougars. While it is a bit chilly outside, snow on the ground started falling earlier today. Quite a few fans from Huntington University making their way here to the Huntsville Athletic Center this evening for what should be an outstanding contest between these two. And before we get started, we're going to go ahead and take a short break, and we will come back with the pregame prayer along with the national anthem. And starting lineups here from the Hudson Athletic Center, you're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
PSM has been a huge part of my success on and off the court. We have PSM athletic trainers that are with us, so whenever we need to get seen or if there's ever any medical issues that need to get checked out. And then personally for me, I've been going to PSM Sports Therapy the better part of this year. It has been a game changer for me. I really have gotten to know Sean a lot, and actually all of the PT staff, they're really awesome, and I love the opportunity to be able to work with each and every one of them. We can't be successful without the team behind the team, so I'm very appreciative of all of the resources that we can get from PSM.
Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. At guard, the 5'6" sophomore from Columbia, senior number 2, Caitlin Sheets. At 4, the 6'1" junior from Portland, number 24, Monica Wilson. At guard, the 5'10" junior from Fishers, Indiana, number 30, Stephen Huntington. At 4, the 6'1" sophomore from Lawrence, Indiana, number 33, Andrew Schott. At center, 6'1" junior from Lubbock, Ohio, number 44, William Bailey. Playing the Foresters in the fourth season, Darby Mager, assistant coaches Dee Mager, and Johnny Butler. Now it's time to meet the starting lineup for your 6th-ranked University of St. Francis Cougars. Entering today's member record 60-1 overall, 6-1 in Crossroads League action. At guard, a 5'8" junior from New Palestine, Indiana, number 3, Isabella Casey. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore from Conroe, Ohio, number 5, Callie Gregory. At guard, a 5'9" junior from Fort Wayne, number 14, Taylor Fordyce. At guard, a 5'11" senior from Middlebury, Indiana, number 15, Julian Angela. And at forward, a 6-foot junior from Portland, Indiana, number 21, Rilla Schlierman. And coaching the Cougars for this fourth season, Jerry Henry. Assistant coaches Austin Blaze from Austin College.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Starting lineups in the books here from the Hudson Athletic Centers. We are getting set and ready to roll here for tip-off. It's the Huntington Foresters, 13-4 on the season against the St. Francis Cougars, who sit at 16-1. The Foresters will rock the all-black unis with the green and white trim. Meanwhile, St. Francis will rock the all-white unis with the blue and black trim. It'll be number 2, Kendra Sheets, number 24, Annika Nelson, number 30, Tegan Akers, number 33, Addie Schenk, and number 44, Liv Arabi on the floor for Huntington. For St. Francis, it's number 3, Bella Gizzi, number 5, Callie Gregory, number 14, Taylor Fordyce, number 15, Julia Mantilla, number 21, Renna Schwitterman. It is Nelson and Mantilla to jump it in. We are underway here from the Huntsville Athletic Center, as it is Huntington who wins the tip. They will have possession here to begin our contest. As Sheets will have it. She'll dribble drive, gives it off to the far side. Now into the hands here is Schenk with it at the free throw line. She'll skip cross court. Now Sheets going to look for a screen. We'll get one from Schenk. She'll go back out to her. She'll launch a 3 from deep. Rolls off the front end of the rim and out. And Gizzi comes down with the rebound, and St. Francis will put up shop here as they bring the basketball up the floor here right to left from the Huntsville Athletic Center. As Gregory will have it here now. Schwitterman's going to look to post up here on Raby, one-on-one. Schwitterman now going to go far side in the corner. Gizzi finds the hands here of Callie Gregory with it at the free throw line. She'll go back out. Now it's Schwitterman with it, one-on-one here with Raby. Schwitterman going to turn. She'll go up, off glass, couldn't get it to fall, and Raby comes down with the board, and now Sheets will look to push it here for Huntington. Raby with it at the top of the key. Goes the far side into the corner. Now into the hands here. Kendra Sheets. She'll get a screen. Skips back here on the near side. Nelson now with it. Looks inside here for Raby. One-on-one with Schruderman. Double team brought. Now we'll dish out to the top of the key here into the hands of Akers. Now back up top here to Raby, who looks down low for Schenk. Throws it right off her foot and out of bounds. Possession. We'll go back the other way with St. Francis. About a minute and 30 here into our first quarter of action. And so Callie Gregory will bring it up ahead here for St. Francis. Gizzi now back up top here to Gregory. They'll look here near side. Fordyce now down low here. Schwitterman once again one-on-one with Raby. She works it down. That one's blocked out of bounds there by Raby. Possession will stay on this end of the floor here with St. Francis. 8:15 left to go here in quarter number 1. 12 seconds on the shot clock as Gregory will head underneath the basket and inbound for St. Francis. Fordyce now one-on-one, able to blow by Akers. She'll put it up off glass, and she goes up and gets the first score of the contest. Nelson now down low here to Raby. Double team brought once again by Mantilla and Schwitterman. And Nelson dribbles into Fordyce and draws the contact. A foul is going to be called. It'll be our first of the game, and it'll fall on at number 14, and Taylor Fordyce. So an inbound will come underneath here for Huntington as Sheets will inbound. Raby now into the hands here of Nelson. Back here near side. 3 ball on the way off the back end of the rim. No good there from Sheets, and Schwitterman able to pull it down. Now looking to go up ahead. This is Gregory with it far side one-on-one with Nelson. Gregory goes up, had it blocked there by Nelson, but back out to Mantilla. Cougs maintain possession. Schwitterman now one-on-one, dribbles into 2. Raby couldn't get it to fall. Gets a second chance opportunity, able to knock it back out. That was great hands-up defense played there by Raby. Wanted to get a charge called, did not get it. And possession now comes back the other way off the miss lay-in from Taylor Fordyce. Foul is going to be called on Gizzi. It'll be her first, team's second. And so Schenk will inbound right in front of the Cougars bench. 7:17 left to go here in our first quarter of action. Sheets now with it far side. This is Raby down low. Double team brought once again. Puts it off glass. Couldn't get it to fall, and Schwitterman comes away with it now here for St. Francis. Gregory near side here to Fordyce. Fordyce dribbling in here on Akers. She goes up off glass and puts it home for the score. Raby will now have it at the top of the key. Far side here into the hands of Akers. Akers goes back here near side now to Nelson. Nelson guarded here by Gregory. Now into the hands here of number 2 and Kendra Sheets. Akers now down low. Raby once again double team is brought, and she's able to convert that time for the score. A lot of inside looks here for Liv Raby so far in this contest from Huntington, as she currently sits 1 of 4 from the field. And finally gets one to go, as a foul is called on Huntington. Number 30, Antigua Akers picks up the foul. It's her first, team's first. And bound here to number 3 and Isabella Gizzi. Gizzi one-on-one down low with Sheets. Now out here near side, this is Mantilla, guarded by Shank. Mantilla puts it off glass, and she gets the score there for the Cougs. Quickly now back the other way. It's Huntington with the basketball. Shank able to get it off to Sheets. She'll go far side. A long 3 ball there from Nelson, no good. And possession now comes back the other way here with St. Francis. Gizzi will now swing it all the way around far side. Now Schwederman one-on-one here with Raby. Schwederman looking to drive inside. She goes off glass, couldn't get it to fall. Raby comes down with another board. Now Sheets going to look to push here with it. It's through traffic, tries to go up off glass, couldn't get it. And they're going to call it last touched. Off of St. Francis, possession will stay on this end of the floor here with Huntington. Tegan Akers will check out of the game. Number 10 and Izzy Shepard will come on, the freshman guard out of Carmel, Indiana. Samia Stout into the contest. She'll come in and replace number 21 and Raina Schwederman. Nelson able to get the roll off the rim and put it home for the score. Now Fordyce with it. Couldn't get it to fall. Gregory comes down with the board. Mantilla will set a screen here for Gregory. She'll look to drive on Nelson. One-on-one down low. A lot of one-on-one matchups inside down low. And Huntington winning a lot of those battles here so far in the paint, as they're able to get another stop and keep it at a 2-point game. Raby now will dish off here near side. This is Shepard with it. Goes down low to Shank. It's ripped away there by Gregory. Now Gregory will look to push. Fordyce now with it on the far side of wing. Fordyce now one-on-one here with Shank. She spins, goes off glass once again for another score. Taylor Fordyce using that right side of the court and able to spin another one off glass for the score. And she now has 6 here for the Cougs, making it a 4-point game. Drive down low, couldn't get it to fall. Possession now back the other way as Gregory finds Gizzi, who goes up, couldn't get it to fall, tried to stop and draw the contact. Instead, they'll kick out, top of the key, and the 3 ball is hit there by Julia Mantilla. 11-4 now our scores. St. Francis with a 7-point lead. Sheets now with it here for Huntington. Shank back here near side. Nelson will launch a 3, no good, front end of the rim. And the board comes down here for Gizzi as the Cougs now going to look to push. Fordyce with it far side. Now up top here to Mantilla, guarded by Raby. Mantilla going to dribble inside. Gets her one-on-one, now off into the hands here of Fordyce, who will drive on Shank. Back out to Stout. Stout will now take it inside. She goes off glass and gets the score. St. Francis with a ton of touches on the right side of the floor. Getting a ton of good looks there. Now out to a 9-point lead. 3 minutes left to go here in our first quarter of action. Sheets now with it. Up top into the hands of Raby. Hand off back to Sheets. Raby just setting the screen there, trying to keep her in front. Instead, she's going to look down low here for Shank, who puts it off glass. Couldn't get it to fall. And possession now back the other way. Here with St. Francis as Gregory looks to push. Will hand off now into the hands of Stout. Stout back up top. Now here to the hands of Mantilla. Gregory with it far side wing. Now back to Stout. Now down low. Here to Mantilla, guarded by Raby. Mantilla goes up, couldn't get it to fall, and Raby comes away with it. Now into the hands of Sheets as she'll push. Kicks out far side. This is Izzy Shepard from 3, no good. Couldn't get it to fall. And possession now back the other way with St. Francis as Kylie Gregory will slow it down here with 2 minutes left to go in our first quarter of action. Fordyce, one-on-one now down low here with Shank. Everybody's cleared out to this left side of the floor. And just letting Fordyce go one-on-one with Shank. And Shank wins that battle as it's knocked out of bounds here with 1:49 left to go. Emma Royst and Renna Schwitterman will check into the contest here after our break. St. Francis with the lead 13-4 over Huntington will step away. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, 13-4 our score. St. Francis with the lead over Huntington. Keys to the game from Coach Henny before this contest here today was to get a lot of paint touches, and they have done just that here so far. As you see, another one here, as this is Schwitterman one-on-one with Raby. Couldn't get it to fall. Royce skies in for the rebound. She'll now have it in the corner. Gregory now into the hands here of Gissy. Gissy one-on-one with Sheets. She'll go into the paint, and she goes off glass for the score. 11-point lead. Raby will now have it at the top of the key. As Kendall Yoakum into the contest here for Huntington. She came in for Shank. Shepard now here with it. Will go baseline. Little reversal lay-in. Couldn't get it to go. And now the possession back the other way as Royce will look to push. She'll slow it down and now leave off into the hands of Callie Gregory. Schwieterman with it just above the free throw line. Inside. Now to Gissy. One-on-one with Sheets. She spins it home for another bucket. St. Francis doing a tremendous job inside as they are getting a ton of points down low. Here are the Cougs so far in this one. Out to a 13-point lead with 30 seconds remaining here in our first quarter of action. Three ball on the far side is no good. Schwitterman now with it. 23 seconds left to go here in our first quarter. Gregory will have the basketball as St. Francis going to look to hold for the final shot here of the quarter. Clock now down to 10. Looking for the dribble handoff. And then Nelson ties Gregory up. Possession arrow will keep it on this end of the floor here with St. Francis. 8.4 left to go here in our first quarter of action. Inbound will come here from Taylor Fordyce. Gets it into Callie Gregory. Gregory now with it. Clock now down to 5. Off to Schwieterman as it's down to 3. Gets it back out to Gregory. She'll launch a 3 at the buzzer. No good. Off the back end of the rim. And that is the end of our first quarter. St. Francis with a 17-4 lead over Huntington will step away. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
(17-4) is our score here as we get set to begin quarter number 2 from the Huntsville Athletic Center. St. Francis with just 2 3-point attempts here so far in this contest. They are 1 of 2 from deep. As I mentioned in our pregame show, Coach Henney, one of his keys to the game was to just get a lot of paint touches, and they have done just that here so far, protecting the paint as well on the defensive end of things as they are out rebounding Huntington 15-5 here so far in this matchup. They try to look for Izzy Shepard on the far side, and it goes out of bounds. St. Francis will have the basketball. Royst will now leave off Schwederman. Now one-on-one. Down low, help side defense comes. That leaves Gizzy open for a 3-ball opportunity. Couldn't get it to fall. Possession now will go back the other way here with the Foresters. As the Forester faithful has showed out here this evening, despite the nasty weather outside here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. 3-ball there, couldn't get it to fall. Could Yoakum. Offensive board down low, though, there from number 10 and Izzy Shepard, and she gets it to roll home for the score. Cutting it down to an 11-point game. Schwederman now down low, one-on-one here with Raby. Help side defense was brought there for a hot second from Izzy Shepard. And then Schwederman finds it one-on-one with Raby down low for a score. 13-point game. Handoff now into the hands here of Sheets. Back up top, Raby left open. She'll launch a 3, no good off the back end of the rim. And the board comes down to Schwederman. Now it's in the hands of Callie Gregory, who will have it on the far side. Gregory with it down low, one-on-one. She'll skip up. Fordyce now back into the hands of Gregory. Down low to Fordyce, near side. This is Gizzy with it. She blows right by Sheets. Couldn't get it to fall. Another offensive board for St. Francis as Gregory will drive. She'll jump, put up a shot. Couldn't get it to fall. And it comes down to the hands here of Liv Raby. Yoakum now into the hands here of Raby. Near side. This is a 3-ball opportunity from Shepard. No good. And Schwederman once again with another board. Gregory will now look to push here for St. Francis. With it at the top of the key. And a foul is going to be called there as Kendall Yoakum got a little too handsy there. And she'll pick up the foul. That is going to be her first, team's first of the quarter. Lauren Merritt will check into the contest. Annika Nelson back on as well. Samia Stout back into the contest here for St. Francis as she'll come in for number 24 and Emma Royst. Fordyce with the far side of wing. One-on-one now here with Shank. And a foul is going to be called as Merritt got a hand in there and she'll pick it up. That'll be her first, team's second. And that'll send Taylor Fordyce to the free throw line here for St. Francis. Taylor Fordyce, the junior guard out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Carroll High School is having an outstanding junior season here so far for St. Francis as she hits there on the first, shooting 53% from the field. That is 5th in the Crossroads League. 46% from deep, which is 2nd in the Crossroads League. Averaging 12 points per game, is a 72% free throw shooter, and she hits 1 of 2 there. And now possession back the other way here with Huntington. As Shake will leave off, they'll spin it now far side to Shepard. Nelson now down low here to Shank. Double team is brought for the Cougs. Near side, Sheets left open. She'll launch a three from deep. Couldn't get it to fall long on it. Offensive board from Nelson. She puts it up and home. Schwederman will drive down low. Couldn't get it to fall. Now it's going to be Sheets who will look to push it here for Huntington. Down low to Shank. One-on-one. She goes off glass for the bucket. Cuts it back to a 10-point game. Fordyce now with it here down low. Goes up off glass, couldn't get it to fall, and now possession quickly back the other direction here for Huntington. Shepard leaves off, now to Shank. Shank guarded here by Schwederman. One-on-one, off glass, a nice move there. Back-to-back buckets for Addie Shank, and a timeout will be called here by St. Francis, and head coach Jeremy Henney will step away shortly with 6:08 remaining here in quarter number 2. The Cougs with an 8-point lead. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutsville Athletic Center, 8-point lead for St. Francis. They'll have the basketball after back-to-back buckets by Addie Shank for Huntington, cutting the lead down to single digits. Gregory with it here now for St. Francis. Gets it off now into the hands of Stout. Look inside, a good find down low, and the bucket is good by Julia Mansell. Sheets had it knocked away. It's loose on the deck. And Shank able to come away with it. She'll win the battle. Now left top. 3-ball from the top of the key. Good there by Kendall Yoakum. And now it'll be Callie Gregory here with it for St. Francis. Now into the hands of Schwederman. Near side, Mansell left open. She'll launch a three and drain it. Nelson here now near side. One-on-one. Here is Stout. Up top, Yoakum, heat check, no good. Nice offensive board down low there. Lauren Merritt puts it home for the score. She comes into this contest averaging 5 rebounds per game. Doing an outstanding job here off the bench on the glass so far. Gizzy now with it here near side. Gets by Sheets, and she'll put it off glass for the bucket. Sheets with it. St. Francis faithful wanted a travel call, did not get it. Now it's going to be Nelson here with it for Huntington. Up top, Shank near side in the corner. Sheets blows by Gizzy, couldn't get it to fall as she tried to get a touch off glass. Schwederman came away with it. And Sheets knocked it out of bounds. Possession will stay on this end or excuse me, will head the other direction here with St. Francis. As it'll be Callie Gregory who will push it. Look down low here to Gizzy. Gizzy with the double team there, now into the hands of Mantilla. Stout gonna drive. She goes up off glass for the finish. Now it's Huntington back with the basketball. Merritt with it at the top of the key. We'll hand off here now to the hands of Sheets. Yoakum back far side. Merritt. As Huntington will space the floor now. Look down low as Yoakum tried to find Merritt right over the top. Couldn't get it. And out of bounds possession. We'll go back the other way with St. Francis. 3:09 left to go here in our second quarter of action. As Callie Gregory will bring the basketball up ahead, she'll direct traffic. Stout now will leave off. Here to Gizzy. Gizzy will drive down low. Skips it up top. 3-ball on the way. No good there from Mantilla. Out of bounds possession. Back the other direction. Here with Huntington. Tegan Akers will check back into the contest here for Huntington. Liv Raby will come on as well. As Lauren Merritt and Kendall Yoakum will take a seat. And it'll be Sheets. And we'll go far side now to Nelson. Raby down low. Skips out. Up top. 3-ball on the way from Shank is no good. And board comes down to the hands of Gizzy. Now it's up top. Here into the hands of Callie Gregory. And off back to Gizzy. Now it's Schwieterman here with it. Guarded by Raby. Schwieterman works down low. She goes up, off glass, couldn't spin it home. Raby comes away with the board. Near side, 3-ball on the way, no good. Couldn't get it to fall there, could Akers. And Gizzy comes away with it. Now it's Gregory with it here now. 1:55 remains here in our second. Mantilla, near side now here to Stout. Down low, this is Gregory with it one-on-one. Here with Nelson. Gregory gets Nelson to go the other way. She goes up off glass for the bucket. Sheets look inside there to Raby. Guarded by Mantilla. And an offensive foul is going to be called on Liv Raby. That'll be her first, team's third. So it'll be Samia Stout now here with it for St. Francis. Gizzy guarded by Sheets. And Gizzy once again using the speed to get by Sheets for the score. Sheets now going to launch a 3 on the other end. She'll make up for it as she hits the triple there for Huntington. As Gregory will bring it up ahead. 40 seconds left to go here in our second quarter of action. Gizzy in the corner with the triple there for the Cougs. There will be a 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. As the Foresters look inside for Raby, and she'll go up and draw the contact. And so it'll be the Foresters with the basketball out of bounds. 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. As they'll get it in here to Annika Nelson. Near side now to Raby. Back to Nelson with it far side. Now back up top here to Raby. They'll skip it. Sheets. Near side now to Shank. Shank looking to go down low now here on Schwiedeman. Back out to Sheets. She'll launch a step back three. No good. Long on the marker. Mansella comes away with it. Clock now down to 3. Gregory with it. Top of the key. Gregory looking for a shot. Had it knocked away there by Sheets. And that is going to be the end of our first half. It is St. Francis 36, Huntington 20. We will step away for our halftime break and come back with the second half of action. You are watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, 36-20 is our score. St. Francis with the lead over Huntington. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first half stats for you. First, for St. Francis, they shot 16 of 36 from the field at a 44.4%. They were 3 of 6 from deep at 50%, and they were 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. A key fact here so far in this contest is 0 turnovers for the Cougars here so far in this one. They are out-rebounding Huntington 22-13. Leading the way so far for St. Francis, Isabella Gizzi with 11 points, Julia Mantilla with 10, Taylor Fordyce with 7, Symia Stout with 4, Callie Gregory with 2, and Renna Schwitterman with 2 points as well. Meanwhile, for Huntington, they are 9 of 29 from the field at a 31.0%. They are 2 of 16 from deep and 0 for 0. No free throw attempts in the first half for Huntington. 4 turnovers there in the first half for the Foresters. Leading the way for them was Annika Nelson and Addie Schenk, both with 4 points apiece. Kendra Sheets and Kendall Yoakum, both with 3 points apiece. Izzy Shepard, Lauren Merritt, and Liv Raby, all with 2 points in the first half for Huntington. A 16-point lead here for St. Francis as we get ready and set to go here for our second half of action. Once again, make sure you stay with us. You'll have to flip on over to the other stream, but we'll have the boys contest set to follow at about 20 minutes following the conclusion of this one. So it'll be St. Francis with the basketball here to begin our second half of action. As it'll be Callie Gregory who will bring it up ahead. Fordyce now into the hands of Mantilla. Gissy now with it, looking to drive on Sheets, and a foul is going to be called. It'll be on Kendra Sheets. That'll be her first, team's first. And Bow will come underneath here for St. Francis. As Gissy. Mantilla, Fordyce, Schwitterman, and Gregory on the floor. It's Schwitterman here with it now, one-on-one with Raby. Skips out far side, now to Fordyce. Fordyce down low, back to Schwitterman. She'll launch a 3 from deep, no good. Raby comes away with another board. Liv Raby now with 5 rebounds here so far in this one. As Sheets will have it at the top of the key. Now we'll leave it off here into the hands of Addie Schenk. Schenk will launch a 3. It's no good. Gizzy comes away with it. Now Gregory will look to push it up ahead. Near side here to Fordyce. Schwitterman now one-on-one here with Raby once again. She'll go up off glass. Couldn't get it to fall, and Raby comes away with another board. Sheets now going to look to push. Into the hands of Nelson. Look to launch a 3. It was blocked by Gregory. Gizzy now going to look to push it the other way. She'll be picked up Now here by Tegan Akers. Schwitterman now far side here into the hands of Mantilla. Back up top here to Schwitterman. One-on-one with Raby. Raby with hands up defense there. Nicely done. Way to stand her ground. Now into the hands of Gregory. Look to drive with it. Triple team brought in. Nelson knocks it away. Nelson now going to look to push. Here picked up by Gizzy. She'll go up. Couldn't get it to fall. This one's knocked out of bounds, and they're going to call it last touch off of Huntington. Possession back to St. Francis. Simia Stout will come back into the game here for St. Francis. She'll come in for Renna Schwitterman. Mantilla now with it. We'll hand off here to Gizzy. Drives down low. Now into the hands of Stout. Stout now going to look to drive. Skips up top. Fordyce with it. She'll drive right to the rim. Couldn't get it to fall. Gregory with the offensive board. Now it is Gizzy here with it up top. Gizzy going to look to drive. Skips far side. Corner three from Mantilla. Rolls in and out. And Akers comes away with the board. Sheets now with it. Look inside here to Shank. And a foul is going to be called. Foul is going to be called on Gizzy. That'll be her second. And so Addie Shank will be at the line to shoot a pair. First free throw for her is off the front end of the rim. No good. Shank averaging 10.8 points per game, 8.5 rebounds per game, a 73% free throw shooter on the season is the sophomore out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. The takeaway there by Akers as her team was already running down the floor. Now Raby one-on-one with Gregory, couldn't get it to go. And now possession back the other way. Here with St. Francis. Mantilla, top of the key here with it. Will go far side to Stout. Looking inside for Gregory, was able to catch up to it. Now Stout one-on-one. Here is Sheets. She'll go up and draws the contact. She'll head to the line for a pair. And so Samia Stout will go to the charity stripe here for St. Francis. Just a 50% free throw shooter on this season. As her first free throw is up and it rolls home. Second free throw for Stout is off the back end, no good. And Nelson comes away with it. Nelson, look down low to Shank. Knocked away there by Gregory. She's going to look to push the other way here with it for the Cougs. Now one-on-one down low here with Sheets. Gregory spins, hangs, no good. And Akers comes away with the rebound. The other direction, Raby one-on-one. She gets it to fall for the score. And we'll head to the line here for one. As the foul is called on Mantilla. That is going to be her first. And so it'll be Liv Raby to the free throw line for one. Averaging 11.7 points per game on the season. 7.5 rebounds, a 72% free throw shooter. Is the 6'1 junior center out of Loveland, Ohio. Hits there on the N1 and completes the three-point play. And she now has 5 points in the contest to go along with her 6 rebounds. She is now the leading scorer here for this Huntington squad in this one. They might have 23 points as a team total, but they do a very well and outstanding job spreading out the basketball with their squad. As Gizzy takes it the other direction for the score. as Huntington currently sits with 5 10-plus point per game scorers on their roster. With only 9 players listed on their roster. So over half of them averaging 10-plus points per game. As Raby launches a three, a heat check there, no good. And possession back the other way here with St. Francis. Gregory will hand off now here to Gizzy, guarded by Sheets. In the corner now here to Stout. Stout takes it the other way, couldn't get it to fall. Akers comes on with the board. Now it's going to be Sheets who will look to push. Sheets drives inside, no good. Board comes down now here to Gregory. Gregory will be picked up here by Nelson. Gets through the screen. Now one-on-one here to this near side with all of St. Francis's players to the left. It's a one-on-one matchup. Help side brought there by Akers, and Shank comes away with it. Nelson now with it here on the near side wing. She'll drive. And they're going to call the foul on Nelson. It'll be an offensive foul, will be the call, as we'll get substitutions after our break as Rena Schwitterman and Emma Royce will check on. Izzy Shepard and Lord Merritt will come on for Huntington after our break. 4:40 left to go here in our third quarter of action. 39-23. St. Francis with the lead over Huntington will step away. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Huntsville Athletic Center, St. Francis now with the basketball. As Fordyce will bring it up ahead here for the Cougs. Gizzy now with it. She'll drive one-on-one here on Shepard. Gizzy goes up off glass, count it, and one opportunity coming here for Bella Gizzy. As the foul is called on Shepard, that's her first. Team's fourth of the quarter, so Bella Gizzy will go to the line here for a free throw. It's 94% on the season from the charity stripe. That's third in the Crossroads League. Misses there on it. Couldn't complete the three-point play. And now Huntington will have the basketball as they'll swing it cross court. Shank back here near side cross court to Shepard. Back out. Now to Shank here to Sheets. Up top, Merritt. Gives it off. Here now to Shank. She'll drive off glass for the bucket. And now it'll be possession back the other way here with St. Francis. Now this one's going to be poked away. It'll be Shepard who will go the other way here with it for Huntington. Nelson, the drive. She goes up and gets the bucket. Gizzy off the handoff from Fordyce. Now here into the hands of Royce. Back to Gizzy, now down low here to Renner Schwitterman. Schwitterman will dish back out. Gizzy will launch a three. Got it. Bella Gizzy drains the triple for St. Francis, now with the team high 18 points in the contest. Nelson down with it here near side, off the hands now of Merritt. Merritt will leave off now to Sheets. Sheets will drive to the rim, and she is fouled. And Kendra Sheets will go to the line for a pair. As the foul is called on Bella Gizzy, that's her third. As Kylie Gregory will come back into the game, Mantilla will come in for her. This will be Kendra Sheets at the line for a pair. The sophomore guard out of Columbia City, Indiana. Columbia City High School. First free throw off the front of the rim, no good. A 76% free throw shooter on the season. Has some of her former Columbia City fellow teammates across the way, along with some of the Columbia City squad here in attendance today, as she hits one of two. Fordyce, far side now to Gizzy. Look to Schwitterman, here guarded by Merritt. One-on-one help side defense was brought, and a travel is going to be called. Possession will go back the other way here with Huntington. 2:19 remains here in our third. Shepard with a drive right to the rim. That one's blocked out of bounds there by Schwitterman. Nelson guarded by Fordyce. Nelson spins. She hangs and gets it to fall. Annika Nelson now with the team high of 8. Gizzy with it at the top of the key. Near side, three ball on the way, up and good there for Emma Royce, who picks up her first points of the contest. As Schenk, the other end with the bucket. Gregory will have it here now on the near side. And a kick ball is going to be called. Off the foot there of Nelson. Possession will stay on this end of the floor here with St. Francis. Mantilla will come on here. She'll check in for Renna Schwitterman. Kendall Leokum will check into the contest as she'll come in for Addie Schenk. Gizzy able to maintain it here for the Cougs. Near side, Mantilla, another three. Got it. Julia Mantilla now drains the triple here for St. Francis. And she's now in double figures. Currently sitting with 13. Look fine there over the top. Lauren Merritt using the size advantage as she goes up with the score. Mantilla now with it here, top of the key. Mantilla with the drive. Skips in the corner. Fordyce will put it up. Rolls right off the front of the rim. No good. Gizzy, top of the key, three. And St. Francis is draining triples here from deep. 4 straight possessions with the triple ball. And they are now out to their largest lead of the game at 19. We'll see if they get one more off. 5 seconds here on the clock. It's Gizzy running floater, no good. Gregory with the follow-up. She puts it home for the score. 21-point lead for St. Francis at the end of 3. We'll go ahead and take a break. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live at the Hutzel Athletic Center. 55-34 is our score. Here in our fourth quarter of action, as Huntington will have the basketball here to begin our fourth. And so it'll be Kendra Sheets moving here to the near side. Give it go here between her between Yoakum and Shank. And the board comes down for St. Francis as Fordyce now with it. Top of the key. Near side now into the hands of Callie Gregory. Back to Mantilla. Another triple. Rolls in and out there for Mantilla. Shank comes down with the board. Now it's Sheets who will push. Look inside. Here to Merritt. Double team was brought. She'll skip out. Now into the hands of Yoakum. And a foul is going to be called. It'll be on Taylor Fordyce. That'll be her second. Team's first of the quarter. Sheets with the screen. No kick. Far side now into the hands of Shank. Back to Sheets. Sheets will look inside. Up off glass, and the bucket is good there for Merritt. Mantilla now with it here at the top of the key. She'll drive right to the rim. She goes up off glass and gets the bucket. They're here on the near side. Shank couldn't get it to fall. It goes off the back end of the rim, and Royce comes down with it. Now it's Gregory. Back up top to Royce. Near side here to Mantilla. Mantilla will launch a three from deep. It's no good. Possession comes down for Huntington as Shank leaves it up ahead. Now here to Sheets. Back here near side. Three ball on the way. Short on the marker. There from Shepard. Comes loose on the deck. Huntington able to maintain it. Sheets will dish far side. Now to Yoakum. Back inside. Merritt couldn't get it to fall, but she'll go to the line for a pair. As the foul is called on Taylor Fordyce. That's her third. Team second. Renna Schwederman and Samia Stout come into the contest as Kelly Gregory and Julia Mantilla will check out. First free throw is up and good there from Merritt. 20-point lead. Here now for St. Francis, 7:55 left to go here in our fourth quarter as Merritt knocks them both down. Royst with it here near side off to Schwiedeman. Schwiedeman looks for Fordyce. Now in the hands here, Stout. Back to Fordyce here on that far side. She goes up off glass for the bucket. And we get an offensive foul called. It'll be on Addie Shank. It's going to be her first, team's first of the quarter. Substitution here for Huntington as Annika Nelson will come into the contest. She'll replace Kendall Yoakum. With 7:29 left to go here in our fourth. It's Fordyce who will bring it across the half-court line. Now to Royst. Schwiedeman with it here. She'll drive inside. Leaves it off now to Gizzy. Gizzy had it knocked away. Comes loose. Schwiedeman able to maintain it. Skips cross court. Fordyce now with it on the drive. Kips far side. And Schwiedeman long on the three ball. Fordyce comes down with it. She goes up, draws the contact, and a foul is called. As Addie Shank will check out with her second foul, number 30. And Tegan Akers will come on here for with 7:01 left to go in our fourth. It's Fordyce at the line for a pair. First free throw is up and good. Taylor Fordyce now in double figures with 10 on the game. Gizzy the leading scorer with 21. Mansalon with 15. Kylie Gregory with a quiet 4 points here for the Cougs. As Fordyce hits them both. Now with 11. Shepard with it here now for Huntington. Off glass, no good. Royce comes down with it here for St. Francis. She'll now bring it across the half-court line and leave off here to Taylor Fordyce. With it at the top of the key. The drive from Gizzy. And a foul is going to be called. Kendra Sheets will pick it up. As number 12 and Peyton Hartzell will come into the game for the first time here today. She'll replace number 10 and Izzy Shepard. As Gizzy's first free throw is up and good. She now sits with 22. Second for Gizzy, rims in and out, no good. Akers will leave off here to Kendra Sheets. Far side now to Nelson. Look down low. Merritt rolls into the hands of Hartzell. It's poked out of bounds there by Gizzy. And possession will stay on this end of the floor here with Huntington. As Kelly Gregory will check into the contest, she'll replace them a Royst. .607 left to go here in our fourth. And a foul is going to be called. That'll be on Renna Schwiedeman. That'll be her first, team's third. And it'll be Hartzell who will inbound here with the basketball for Huntington. Nelson with it on the far side wing. Get it back. She'll look inside, try to find Merritt. Poked away partially, but able to maintain it. Out on the far side wing, 3-ball attempt is no good from Akers. And possession will go back the other way here with St. Francis. Huntington just 4 deep on the bench here this season as Bailey Kellum went out with an injury. I believe it was early on in the year or even the offseason as well. And they will use all 9 of their players they have to do so. All 9 capable of scoring the basketball here for them. And this season, with 5:20 left to go here in our fourth, the officials now going to have a discussion. And they'll switch the call. It'll be Huntington with the basketball here now. As they find themselves down 26. Nelson will skip here near side. A 3-ball on the way from Hartzell is no good. Offensive board, though, here for the Foresters. Sheets now with it. She'll drive right to the rim. Off glass, count it. And one opportunity coming here for Kendra Sheets. And Sheets now sits with 6 on the game. She'll go to the line for 1. A 76% free throw shooter. She hits on the free throw. This Forester squad at 9-0 at home, but 4-3 on the road. Meanwhile, St. Francis, they are undefeated at home as well, 4-0 and just 8-1 on the road. Their only loss coming about a few weeks ago to Indiana Wesleyan University. But as I mentioned earlier in our pregame show, they did just defeat the number 5 team in the NAIA rankings in Marion, who this Huntington Forester squad will see on Saturday at home. As Fordyce will pick up her 4th foul, we'll get substitutions here for the Cougars as Allison Choi and Ashley Cox will come into the game. But before that, we'll get our media timeout with 4:36 remaining in this one. We'll step away. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injuries when you're doing your own weight training with your own school.
Back here live from the Hutzel Athletic Center, 4:36 remains here in our contest. It'll be Kendra Sheets. We'll go back to the line for Huntington. As I mentioned before the break, Allison Choi into the contest for the first time today. She is a freshman out of Fishers, Indiana. Ashley Cox in as well. She is a freshman out of Auburn, Indiana. 64-42 our score. 4:30 remains here in our fourth. Shoy with it, top of the key now here in the hands of Gizzy. Gregory with it here on the near side. She'll get down low here with Nelson. She goes up, draws the contact, and a foul is going to be called. It'll be on Annika Nelson. That'll be her second, team's 4th. So Callie Gregory will go to the line here to shoot a pair. Gregory with just 8 points in our contest here today. She averages a team high 16 points per game on the season. She is 5th in Crossroads League with points per game as she hits 1 of 2. And now that'll put her with 9. No seniors on this roster for Huntington. An outstanding sign to see for head coach Darby Maggard and her squad as she is in her 4th season here with Huntington as Kendra Sheets goes downhill and gets another bucket for Huntington. And now it's going to be Nelson who will push. She spins, she hangs, and gets it to roll home for the bucket. These two squads, I believe, will see each other again later on in the season, February 18th. That contest will take place at Platt Arena on the campus of Huntington University. I want to give a shout out to their outstanding commentator, Preston Husband, as well, does an outstanding job on the broadcasting side of things on all Huntington sports. Samia Stout gets the bucket on the other end for the Cougs. 3 ball here on the near side from Hartsaw is high and long. Now it's Gregory who will have it here with 2:40 left to go in our 4th. Cox will get a screen from Shoy. She'll launch a 3 from deep and hit. And head coach Jeremy Henny going to use the timeout for substitutions as Rachel Harshman, Abby Stoddard, Rachel Harshman, Abby Stoddard will check on. And we'll get a timeout on the floor, so we'll step away. You're watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life, one based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Learning is personal here. You'll be known by name, supported by experts, and connected to professional opportunities. Our Catholic values will inspire you to use your education for the greater good by serving and leading others. Remember, the future is what you make it. Build a life of meaning and purpose at St. Francis. You belong here.
It was after a bad game in 8th grade. I decided that I was going to try my best to, be able to earn a scholarship and play in college. And so I'm really excited for it. Once you come here for a while, you have all the experience. I feel like I'm getting a lot stronger, especially in basketball-specific positions. I feel like I'm able to move better. I'm more flexible, able to run faster, jump higher, and just stronger overall. So then, when you go back to your school, you can take that experience, to help you prevent injury.
Cutting the break short. The timeout is Huntington with the basketball. That's Abby Stoddard and Rachel Harshman check on for the first time here today. Emma Royce in as well for St. Francis. Nelson skips here near side. Drive underneath, Kip far side, and the 3 ball rolls in and out for Shepard. Stoddard came away with the board partially. Harshman now rips it away. Finds Royce up ahead. She'll leave it off here to Ashley Cox. Near side, this is Stoddard. Here with it for St. Francis. Harshman. Now we'll leave off here to Stoddard. Back on this near side. Back up top. They'll swing it. Far side now to Shoy. Shot clock down to 7. She'll get a screen from Harshman. Shoy with the drive. It's blocked out of bounds there by Merritt. And possession will stay on this end of the floor here with St. Francis. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Cox will inbound here for the Cougs. We'll get it into Harshman, who pushes it off glass for the bucket. Nelson. Now with it, we'll skip up top. 3 ball on the way. It's no good. Nelson able to chase it down. She'll leave off. They'll skip it here on the near side. And the drive. Couldn't get it to fall there. Kurt Hartsaw but she'll go to the line here for a pair. As the foul is called on Ashley Cox. It's her first as Hartzell hits her first. A 50% free throw shooter on the season. We'll have one more here with 1:05 remaining in our fourth. The second one is up and good as well. Harshman now will leave off here on the near side. This is Shoy here with it now up top. We'll go far side here to Abby Stoddard. Back out to Royce. Royce now here will skip it. It's at the top of the key with Harshman. She'll hand off. Here now to Shoy. Step back. 3 ball on the way. Long on the marker. Board comes down here for Lauren Merritt. Now it'll be Tegan Akers. We'll have it on the near side wing for Huntington. Hands off to Izzy Shepard. Look over to the top, and a good find there as Merritt goes up for the score. 22-point game. 20 seconds on the shot clock. And Ashley Cox will have it here on the near side as the clock continues to roll down to 10. And Ashley Cox will dribble this one out as the clock goes down to 3. And that is our final here from the Hutzel Athletic Center. St. Francis defeats Huntington 72-50 as they improve to 17-1 on the season and 7-1 in the Crossroads League play. Meanwhile, Huntington will fall to 13-5 and 5-3 in a Crossroads League play. Taking a look at our stats here from our contest. Leading the way for St. Francis was number 3 and Isabella Gizzi, who finished the contest with 24 points. Julia Mantilla with 15. Taylor Fordyce with 11. Samia Stout with 7. Callie Gregory with 5. Ashley Cox with 3. Emma Royce with 3. Brenna Schwarteman and Rachel Harshman both with 2 apiece in our contest for the Cougs. Meanwhile, for Huntington, they had 3 players score 10 points each. Kendra Sheets, Annika Nelson, and Lauren Merritt all with 10. Addie Schenk with 8. Liv Arabi with 5. Kendall Yoakum with 3. Izzy Shepard and Peyton Hartzell both with 2 apiece. So the Cougs win 72-50 over Huntington to improve to 17-1 on the season, 7-1 in Crossroads League play. They picked up their 8th win in a row and remain a perfect 5-0 at home. They will head to Spring Arbor on Saturday, where they will meet with the Cougars. Spring Arbor for a battle for the top spot in the Crossroads League standings. Meanwhile, Huntington falls to 13-5. They will go to 5-3 in Crossroads League play and go to 4-4 on the road, and they will host a very tough number 4 ranked Marion squad on Saturday at 1 p.m. across of our Crossroads League doubleheader. So we will go ahead and sign off from this contest, and make sure you join us for our men's contest set to begin in about 20 minutes from now. Until then, we thank you so much for watching St. Francis Cougars basketball here on the St. Francis Cougars Network.